My name is Thomas Lowe. I'm an architect in Nelson. I've been working with the Cultural Development Commission and the city in looking at some directions and concepts for the Cottonwood Creek restoration, in particular around Baker Street and Railway Road, this area along the creek. The city owns small slivers of space, public space, and improving sidewalk and connection to Cottonwood Park, and really establish some visual anchors and relationship to what would be developed future as the rail town, in the CP station and all that stuff further down Baker Street. Like for example, we'll be looking at edge conditions all along the creek, which in the past has been neglected, and there's obviously safety issues with the public, and as well as developing a good and appropriate adjacency to the creek's edge. Some areas, the sort of public accessible spaces are fairly close, and we would need to put up guardrails and things. In other areas, we can install dense bushes. We have plans for already approved by the city, an artwork that's going to line the guardrail on the bridge, on the Baker Street Bridge. That's done by Brent Bukowski. And we also looked at what we can develop as far as landmarks and markers to visually tie this all together towards Cottonwood Park. And one of the main structures that we're proposing is a kind of a balcony half bridge walks out that parks on the foundation of the discharge, the concrete foundation that's already there, and that will rise up high enough so that the approaching traffic from coming into town can see, and it becomes a marker for the Cottonwood Creek area and the rail town. And we're thinking to reference that structure in sort of railway building and mining in the sort of history of the town. Without being too literal, it would be a structure that has some reference to these kind of old timber structures. But it provides a little walkout and lookout for the pedestrians to view get almost on top of the creek without, getting into it. So here, along this walk connecting towards the Cottonwood Park, we have an embankment from the highway, and we're proposing to line that edge with a low retaining wall that's about bench height, and we can plant some low planting along the side. Number one, to give a nice hard edge to this curved sidewalk, instead of just dirt and grass coming down to the surface. Number two, to allow some planting to sort of soften the edge, and define that against the highway up above. One of the strategies we developed in trying to tie everything together a little bit is a theme of railway artifacts that we can potentially find or purchase that is regionally or locally available. Like for example, we're standing on what was the old railway road bridge that crossed the creek. before Baker Street Bridge was constructed. And this has been tucked away and hidden away. A lot of people don't even know about it. And it's smack directly in line with the railway road coming in. So we have plans to park a larger artifact, something that's already in existence, but something of a relic from the past, and to put it in such a way on the bridge, and so that the approaching traffic can see. So it doesn't mistaken as it's an access. Now we've opened things up. We've also targeted a few other locations for smaller artifacts. Depending what we find and the scale of things, we see these artifacts being a connecting element that ties things together, given that the area that we're working with is basically little slivers of leftover space along this creek. We've also identified a few areas where we can implement some creek restoration and reestablish habitat along the creek side. And this is not possible in some sections because of the embankment, the narrowness, but there's a few spots that we've found that would be quite adequate to implement those creek restoration projects.